get this off, or what you're going to do, it is an extremely destructive process, so you're not going to do it in front of the customer. That's why you have to come up with just a standard basis of use, 1/2 ounce for every single knife blade. And because like the way to get it off is, I mean, it's you can take bolt cutters and literally cut it right where the stainless steel meets the sterling silver and cut that right off. I know people would take linoleum knives because they have that big hook. You go to a hardware store, get a linoleum knife, and put the sterling silver knife handle. If this is the knife handle, we'll put it in a vise, and then they use the linoleum hook to hit it with a hammer and peel that silver right across, and peel that silver open. It's just going to take a while for you to choose the method you like. The other one that I know is you can set it on the ground and you take a big 1-inch wide chisel and a hammer and just hit it, and it will split the knife handle open and allow you to remove the plaster that's inside of it and remove the sterling silver before it's sent off to the refiner. Some refiners will allow you just to send it off to them, but they generally will charge you anywhere between $1 and $3 to remove that blade. So if you're working on a lower margin, you know, $3 will easily be costing you money. You'll be losing money on it. What I did is my refiner charged $2. I found a local kid that I knew and trusted, and I would give them like 80 or 100 knife handles at a time, and I'd give them like $1 a piece because I'm still making on them. And generally, like I said, you can gain a little. Usually they're 2 or 3 grams heavier than this. So the $1 I paid him was made up the difference between the extra gram or 2 that I gained. So that's silver. Now the other thing silver can actually come in is it can come in, it'll be stamped 900 for 90% purity. This is just slightly different when you're testing for it, but usually it'll be pretty clear. This is going to be on items that are a little bit older. Nowadays, almost everything is sterling. And once again, the reason why I use sterling, it is actually more durable. Even though it's 92.5%, it doesn't seem like there's much other metals in there. The copper that they add in there definitely strengthens the metal, makes it hold the shine a little better, makes it a little more durable than just fine silver. So it's once again a strength and durability thing. You will see 900. Also, the other thing that is 90% is like pre-1964 coins. I touch on this in one of the other videos, but the U.S. coins that were dimes, quarters, and $half before 1964 contain 90% silver. So a lot of times 900 silver is called coin silver. And one of the last ones you'll find in silver is 800. 80% silver. This is the stamp mark you're going to see on both these, is a 900 or an 800, but what it means is 80% silver. And in that one, that is really only going to be older items. It will be like some dish that someone has that's got, you know, details to it, or maybe a like a coffee pot or something to that effect is generally the only items I've seen that has ever come out to actually be 800 silver. Moving on to platinum. Platinum usually comes in one of 2 purities. 90%, 95%. Generally when you see platinum stamped on an item, it is stamped plat, followed by 900 or 950, depending on whether it's 90% or 5%. Platinum again, I think platinum more instead of durability, it's more about when they cast the piece. I've worked in custom jewelry for years. I used to ask the jewelers, and they just said, you know, when the metals are alloyed down, they tend to cast better, they cast smoother, they're easier to finish. It seems like everything in jewelry is alloyed down with something, but when people want to know why is platinum so much more expensive, there's a couple reasons. The first is that its weight, its density. If we had, oh, excuse me here, lost my example. If we had a piece of sterling silver this big, a piece of gold this big, and a piece of platinum this big, the sterling silver would weigh less than the gold or the platinum. It is less dense than them. The gold would weigh more, and the platinum is almost twice as heavy. I mean, it really is. It's really dense metal. So when platinum, for a while, right now it's evened out its ratio between it and gold, but when platinum was $2,000 an ounce, it's heavier, and we use it in 90% and 95% concentrations. That's why platinum, when you went into a jewelry store, was 3 times the price of gold, because you're not only using, most gold, like I said, is 58% gold, so you're using, at least 40% more metal in the actual item. You're using a more expensive metal, and you're using a heavier metal. So that's one of the reasons why platinum is so much more expensive than gold even today. Even though they're closer in values, the platinum still weighs a lot more, and we use it in a higher purity than we do gold and the sterling there. Okay, so we've talked about the carat stamps, the purities of silver and platinum. We're going to be moving on into actually the different methods for testing gold here. And there are really 3 main methods you're going to be able to use to test gold, silver, and platinum. And I'm going to go over 2 of them pretty in depth. And I'm actually going to talk about the 3rd one, only because that device, I don't currently have it here right now. But the first method for testing gold, silver, and platinum is using acids. The next method is electronic testers. These generally take either a tube of gel or a special strip, and then there's a new one out there that uses just a saltwater solution. But they're electronic testers. Talk about that. The last one is an XRF machine. We'll get into that more. Well, let's talk about the acids first. I have a set of acids right here for you. Now, these set of acids, you'll get 6 different acids when you start testing for every single carat. We actually have a 10 carat acid, 14 carat acid, 18 carat acid, 22 carat acid, a platinum acid, and a silver acid. Now, how this works is they have a combination of, the gold acids have a combination of nitric and muric acid in different concentrations to create a different strength of acid. The 10 carat acid will only dissolve items that are less than 10 carat. Whereas the 14 karat acid will dissolve only items, also only items less than 14 karat, but 14 karat acid will dissolve an item that is 10 karat. And 18 karat acid will do the same thing. 22 karat acid will pretty much wipe out anything besides like a little pure gold bar, pure gold coin, or something of that effect. And the way this works is you're going to have a test stone. This is a little bit larger one. It's for the demonstration here. And when you go to test someone's piece, in fact, I got a whole bag of stuff right. When you go to test a piece of jewelry, let's say a bracelet that's not quite as mangled as this, you're going to scratch it on there till you get a visible line. Now, it looks a little harsh. It really isn't. It barely takes anything off the piece of jewelry here, and I am scratching far more than you need to. Generally, you just need kind of 1, 2, 3 passes till you get like a visible line there. I'm doing a little bit thicker, heavier line for this demonstration so you can see it. Now, let's say the item's stamped 14 karat, and you're just wanting to verify that. You make your test scratch here. You would take your 14 karat acid, you'd put it on directly on the line here, and then you're going to watch it. And if the acid, it instantly dissolves that line to where you can no longer see the line through the acid, then it is not 14 karat gold.